In this video, we've compiled undercover boss moments where employees got angry. So without further ado, let's get started.
My name is Sarah Bidorf, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer of Boston Market, and you're on Undercover Boss. So go home, and Neil will follow up with you.
So that's it? That's all?
In the Undercover Boss episode, Boston Market, an employee found himself at the center of controversy after a rant about his disdain for customers led to his dismissal on national television. The incident occurred when the company's brand officer, Sarah Bidorf, went incognito to experience the reality of their business. The employee, known only as Ronnie, unleashed his pent-up frustration on a coworker who, unbeknownst to him, was actually the chief brand officer, Sarah Bidorf. Ronnie's outburst was filled with anger and bitterness as he expressed his deep-rooted hatred towards customers, declaring, "I literally hate customers more than anything in the entire world. I hate them so much. They're terrible."
They're customers, they're not anything special.
You just really don't like customers.
Customers are such little bitches, and all the time it's all about pleasing the customer.
Upon hearing Ronnie's tirade, Bidorf was appalled by his attitude and made the difficult decision to terminate his employment. She emphasized that having someone who despised customers serving guests was completely contradictory to the values of Boston Market. Breaking her undercover guise, Bidorf confronted Ronnie, revealing her true identity and explaining the reason behind his dismissal. However, Ronnie's response to the situation was far from remorseful. He defiantly asserted that his attitude would not change, claiming that his hatred towards people was not inherently wrong. His lack of understanding and refusal to acknowledge the impact of his words further highlighted his anger and disillusionment. In an interview prior to the show's airing, Bidorf revealed that Ronnie's behavior was not aligned with the company's values, leaving her with no choice but to address the issue decisively. While the show provided a platform for the public exposure of Ronnie's rant, it also shed light on the importance of upholding core principles and values within a business. The CEO of Philly Pretzel Factory, Dan Dizio, was left in tears after discovering the dire financial situation of one of his employees, Bill, and his wife, Donna. The couple ran a pretzel store as franchise owners, but they were struggling to make ends meet due to a lack of support from the corporate office.
I've lent the business $20,000. Hopefully we could catch up on our bills, and then if some of these accounts come through, then maybe we would be okay.
About a year and a half ago, we sat with Dan. We needed solutions for our sales. Nothing came out of it.
During the undercover operation, Bill revealed to Dizio that when he first started working, he received no training and had to experiment with a dough recipe. He expressed his frustration, saying, "A lot of people don't realize how much is involved. They didn't teach us any of that. I went to corporate for help and got it thrown back in my face." Bill's desperation was evident as he shared the financial burden he and Donna were facing. They couldn't afford to pay for a broken window, and they were a month behind on rent, electric, and gas bills. With a whopping debt of $23,000, they feared losing everything they had put into the business.
It seemed like you forgot how you started.
I couldn't tell you one sentence that happened in that meeting. It hurts me that you would say that because you get caught in this, web of this business.
The undercover boss was taken aback when Bill introduced a new product, pretzel rolls, that were not part of the franchise's menu. While trying to resolve the situation, Dizio revealed his identity and confronted Bill about the violation of protocol. It was an emotional moment when Donna expressed the toll it was taking on their lives, saying, "When you go home after a long day and you've worked so hard and you can't pay your bills, it's hard." Overwhelmed with guilt, Dizio apologized for not being more involved and vowed to help the struggling couple. In an effort to support them, he offered 1 month of business training and agreed to cover their rent for a year so they could focus on marketing and rebuilding their business.
We got to step in there and figure out a way to keep the doors open.
It's great, man.
All right, buddy.
The disturbing moment in this episode was the heartbreaking realization that hardworking employees like Bill and Donna were left in financial ruin due to the lack of support and resources from their corporate office. Their desperation and fear of losing everything painted a bleak picture of the consequences faced by individuals who invest their time, money, and hopes into a business that fails to provide the necessary assistance.
The GM in the store he's the coach. He's got all of his players underneath him. He's got to make sure the entire team works good together. We're going to listen to the way he conducts himself and how he talks to his staff.
In an episode of the TV show Undercover Boss, Hooters president and CEO Kobe Brooks wanted to learn more about how his company was operating. He hoped to address problems with the brand and declining sales, as well as investigate allegations of mistreatment of women that Hooters had faced. Brooks took on the identity of a regular employee named Scott Archer and worked at a Hooters restaurant in Dallas, Texas.
Hi, Scotty, how are you?
Dude, we got to get rocking and rolling.
All right,
so,
okay.
That's your shirt. Get changed, and then we will hook up in 2 shakes of lambskin.
Brooks did tasks like washing dishes, taking out the trash, and cleaning tables. However, he struggled to keep up with the fast pace and broke some mugs, leading the restaurant manager David to decide he wouldn't hire Scott Archer. Next, Brooks joined a street team in downtown Dallas to promote Hooters by giving out free wings and attracting customers. Some women expressed concerns about how women were portrayed, while others focused on less important aspects of the restaurant. Brooks was troubled by this feedback and started thinking about Hooters' image and reputation. The most shocking part of the episode happened when Brooks worked with Jimbo, the general manager of a Hooters restaurant in South Arlington, Texas. Jimbo organized a degrading lineup where he judged the appearance of the female servers, including their hair, makeup, and outfits. Brooks was disgusted by this behavior. To make matters worse, Jimbo made the servers eat a plate of beans with their hands tied behind their backs, creating a disrespectful and demeaning environment.
The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. You cannot use your hands. Come on, girl, who wants to go home? Brianna, how are they, baby? Oh, they look tasty.
Outraged, Brooks immediately contacted the franchise owner to report the incident. The undercover experience took a positive turn when Brooks observed Marcy, a female manager at a Hooters restaurant in Fort Worth. Marcy showed compassion and acted like a mother figure to the staff, creating a supportive work environment. This made Brooks realize the importance of having a female manager who could address the concerns and needs of the employees. After finishing his undercover work, Brooks returned to the corporate office and arranged a meeting with the senior leadership to address the issues he discovered. He invited the people he worked with during his undercover operation to share their experiences and provide feedback. Amanda and Brittany, the servers from the street team, were given opportunities to contribute to the company's marketing efforts. Dave, a dedicated employee, received recognition for his hard work, and Brooks donated $50,000 to Operation Homefront in Dave's name. Marcy, the compassionate manager, was rewarded with the family vacation of her choice. Finally, Brooks confronted Jimbo, expressing his disappointment with the disrespectful behavior he had witnessed. Although Jimbo initially defended himself, Brooks made it clear that he wouldn't want his own daughters to work in such conditions. This confrontation served as a wake-up call for Jimbo, highlighting the need for him to change his management style.
I'm Kobe Brooks, the president and CEO of Hooters of America. The way that you interact with the girls, quite frankly, is inappropriate.
I'm gonna take you through a normal day here at True Value.
Fantastic.
We're gonna smoke some cigarettes. We're gonna flirt with some women. We're gonna sell some.
I'm sorry, we're gonna do what?
John Hartman is the president and CEO of True Value, one of the largest hardware cooperatives in the world. As the episode kicked off, John made the decision to go undercover within his own company, donning a disguise to join his employees and gain an authentic perspective on what was really happening within the organization. John's background as a former FBI agent equipped him with the skills necessary to go undercover and investigate the state of True Value and its employees. Little did he know that his undercover mission would lead him to encounter an employee named Brad, who would soon become the focal point of anger and frustration. As John assumed the persona of Lewis, a handyman aiming to win a substantial cash prize on a reality TV show, he found himself in Massachusetts, where he crossed paths with Brad, a sales associate at True Value. From the moment Brad opened his mouth, it became clear that he possessed a certain rebellious and disrespectful attitude towards the company and its customers. Brad constantly joked about spending his days smoking cigarettes, flirting with women, and engaging in side work while on the job. His nonchalant demeanor and lack of regard for professionalism really irked John, But he decided to delve deeper into Brad's story to understand the motivations behind his behavior.
Hand out business cards with my name on them. You get a lot of side work. You know, you get a cute little old lady that doesn't know how to put up a cabinet. I'm gonna be there after work.
During their interactions, John discovered that Brad had faced legal troubles and failed to complete his college education. However, Brad revealed that he was using his construction skills for conservation projects, which showcased a glimmer of potential beneath his rough exterior. This contradictory image of Brad, with his mix of knowledge and misguided behavior, left John torn between disappointment and a desire to help him transform his life. As John's undercover mission continued, he encountered other employees who were facing financial struggles and personal hardships. These encounters deepened his understanding of the challenges faced by the Team Virtue workforce and highlighted the need for better support and resources within the company. However, it was during the reveal, when John finally unveiled his true identity to the employees, that Brad's anger and frustration took center stage. Confronted by John about his inappropriate behavior and lack of respect, Brad's anger erupted, defending his actions and deflecting responsibility. His refusal to acknowledge his mistakes and accept John's offer of guidance and mentorship showcased the extent of his frustration and resistance.
I was thrilled that you weren't saying the things before in front of the customers. Can I be blunt with you? I think you're making way too many excuses for yourself.
Despite Brad's outburst, John remained committed to helping him turn his life around. He extended an invitation for Brad to participate in a Habitat for Humanity project and offered ongoing mentorship. This moment showed the complexities of employee behavior and the challenges of fostering a supportive work environment. The Undercover Boss episode, featuring Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen's Chief Talent Officer Lynn Zapponi, had its fair share of eye-opening moments. While the show aimed to shed light on the challenges faced by restaurant employees, one particular moment stood out as the most disturbing. During her undercover experience, Zapponi worked closely with Gina, a 27-year veteran of the company who had endured the devastating effects of Hurricane Katrina.
Well, the first thing we do when you come in and we wash our hands, they want you to go to your elbow.
As they went through the daily tasks together, Gina shared a distressing revelation with Zapponi, a broken pipe in the bathroom that had never been fixed. This maintenance issue led to customer complaints and compromised the overall cleanliness of the restaurant. What made this moment particularly disturbing was the fact that Popeyes, a well-established fast food chain, had failed to address such a basic infrastructure problem. The employees did not have the necessary tools and supplies to maintain cleanliness according to the company standards. It was disheartening to learn that a restaurant known for its flavorful food had neglected an essential aspect of its operations, potentially jeopardizing the health and satisfaction of its customers.
I'm responsible for all the cleaning inside the building.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility, a lot of ground for you to cover.
To be a maintenance man, you know, everybody thinks it's the lowest part of the totem pole, but actually it's the heart of the restaurant, because if your restaurant ain't clean, you're gonna lose business.
Fortunately, this Undercover Boss episode didn't leave the issue unresolved. Zapponi vowed to fix the broken pipe and implemented an employee recognition program acknowledging the hard work and dedication of employees like Gina. However, this disturbing moment served as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by workers in the fast food industry and the responsibility that companies have to ensure a safe and sanitary workplace.
Having to clean the restaurant without the right sanitizer, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
Well, I want you to know that you are going to have all the tools you need in that restaurant.
My job just happens to have a lot of bull. Half my stops want their wine before 11 a.m. You know, I've been told, like, what the are you doing here right now? You either want the wine or you don't.
In an episode of Undercover Boss featuring Kendall Jackson president Rick Tigner, there's a moment when an employee became angry and frustrated, expressing negative sentiments about the company. Rene was a truck driver known for his colorful vocabulary. Despite his outburst, Rene was not fired, and the show provided an update on a situation.
The people in the office think the drivers are lazy. After a 16-hour day and they try to give you attitude, I mean, the first thing that comes to your mind is you.
During the episode, Rene had been assigned to work in different departments, which led him to develop a more efficient method for handling delivery paperwork. Tigner acknowledged that Rene's candid comments during his undercover experience were a reflection of his genuine feelings and concerns. Tigner recognized the need for improvement in certain areas and expressed a commitment to addressing these issues.
The one comment he made today was, who cares about customer service? It was all about emptying the truck. He talked about the one customer and really kind of telling him off a little bit. For me, that was a little shocking.
However, some viewers expressed skepticism about Rene's future with the company. They questioned whether he had fully embraced the company's vision of teamwork, taken responsibility for his attitude, or made a genuine change in his language use. Although the episode did not provide explicit details, a visit to Kendall Jackson's website revealed that Rene had resumed his position as a truck driver. As the head of TaylorMade Golf Company, Mark King is a unique CEO known for his straightforwardness. During his appearance on Undercover Boss, he faced a disturbing moment that revealed his true identity to an employee named Teresa. Mark, going undercover as Al Banner, started by working in quality control at a factory producing golf balls in Westminster, South Carolina. There he met Kaylee, a diligent quality control auditor who inspects thousands of golf balls daily. While Al struggled with the tasks due to poor eyesight, he learned about Kaylee's challenging upbringing and her dream of owning a new house.
The only thing it does stink is can be really, really stressful because there's not anybody higher than me here now, so I don't have anyone to go to.
Next up was Piedmont, South Carolina, at a return center for footwear and apparel where Al worked with Teresa, the return supervisor. He discovered that returned shoes were being cut and thrown away. A shocking revelation indeed. During their break time chat, Teresa flirted with Al and shared personal details about her life plans while unaware of his real identity.
They're still usable. I feel horrible about how wasteful it is.
Sometimes I suggest, hey, I know this children's home. I know this women's shelter. I don't want to just throw away these shoes. I don't want to just throw away these clothes. Somebody needs them.
It was during this intimate conversation that Al decided to break cover and reveal himself as Mark King, the CEO she's been interacting with unknowingly. This unexpected revelation created quite an unsettling yet stimulating moment for both Mark and Teresa.
I'm Mark King. I'm the CEO of TaylorMade.
There has been instances where you don't want to try and slap the kid.
In the episode of Undercover Boss, Yankee Candle, Harlan Kent, the president and CEO of Yankee Candle, goes undercover to experience the daily operations of his company. As he immerses himself in different roles, he encounters an employee named Blaze, who displays a concerning attitude towards children. Blaze confesses his frustrations and even mentions wanting to harm a kid.
I have the worst temper. As much as, you hate your boss, you hate that really high, screechy, annoying voice. You gotta keep that Yankee Candle big smile.
Harlan is taken aback by Blaze's comments, but decides to confront him privately about it. Later, Harlan moves to another location and meets an employee named Jose. They work together on the candle production line, and Harlan is impressed by Jose's dedication and commitment to quality. During their conversation, Jose expresses his belief that advancement within the company requires brown-nosing, which he finds unfair. He shares his challenging upbringing, having grown up with a drug-addicted father and a mother involved in drugs. Despite all of these struggles, Jose believes that they've made him stronger.
My dad was a heroin addict. I was 16. He died in 1995 of AIDS. 14 to 16, we kind of dealt with seeing him die slowly.
Harlan visits Jose's martial arts studio where he started to inspire and guide children. Harlan is touched by Jose's efforts and the humble state of the studio, which was funded through a community-driven fundraiser. In another store, Harlan meets Megan, an employee who has concerns about the store's condition and management's lack of response. Together, they work on improving the store's appearance, and Megan reveals her personal struggles, including owning a struggling tattoo shop and dealing with epilepsy. They discuss her desire to make a positive impact in people's lives.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Nice to meet you, Dan. I'm Megan. Come on in.
Megan.
All right, we've got about 24 minutes to open.
Okay.
So we need to get the floor vacuum and make sure that everything looks good.
Lastly, Harlan visits a store in Pennsylvania and interacts with an employee named Dan. While observing Dan's work, Harlan notices that the store frequently lacks the necessary materials for setting up displays. During their lunch break, Harlan learned more about Dan's personal life. Dan revealed that his father had passed away and he had the responsibility of feeding his mom and his little sister.
Right now at the house, it's me, my mom, and my little sister.
That's your dad?
He passed away last June.
After completing his undercover journey, Harlan gathers all the employees at the flagship store to reveal his true identity as the CEO. He individually meets with each employee and addresses the concerns and challenges they shared during his undercover experience. Harlan offers solutions, support, and financial assistance tailored to each employee's needs.
Using inappropriate language, especially in a place where you're trying to create a great atmosphere, wrong time, wrong place.
Other than the situation at hand, I never use inappropriate language.
Yeah, just drop it from your everyday use.
While the episode showcases Harlan's efforts to make a positive impact on his employees' lives, the moment that stood out was when Harlan discovered Blaze's inappropriate comments about children. This revelation triggered Harlan's anger and concern, leading him to have a private conversation with Blaze and offer to be a positive role model for him.
I know the right way to do it, and I know the wrong way to do it. And what I saw here today is completely the wrong way to do it. I was asking people questions about what was the right button, and they didn't know what the answer was. I guarantee you, half the people that came to this restaurant today didn't get hot product.
In one particular episode, CEO Rick Silva goes undercover as Alex Garcia to discover the issues within his own company, Checker and Rally's fast food burger chain. During his visit, Silva uncovered various problems, such as broken speaker systems at the drive-thru and mislabeled buttons in preparation stations.
Equipment here is older than Methuselah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
However, the most disturbing moment occurs when he encounters branch manager Stevens, who acts like he owns the entire enterprise, despite being specifically hired by Silva to manage the branch. This behavior highlights management challenges within Checker. One of the most concerning aspects is how Stevens treats his employees. Todd, an employee working at a branch in Homestead, Florida, endures verbal abuse from Stevens and even physical threats to keep him in line. When questioned about this situation by Alex, Todd opens up about feeling worthless due to such treatment. Another employee named Joyce works as a late-night manager in Carroll City, Florida. She operates with high energy levels but also shares her struggles outside of work, having lost both parents to alcohol-related issues and her brother to AIDS within 6 months. These personal hardships add another layer of distressing elements surrounding the workplace environment. Finally, Joanna works on the sandwich board in Mobile, Alabama, the birthplace of Checkers, and excels with their speed and accuracy. The fear expressed by Silva during his apprenticeship was losing her talent to competition due to inadequate incentives for crew members.
It was enlightening to see her perspective on the incentive structure. And what she allowed me to realize is we may not have a compensation program that takes into consideration the Johannas of the world.
Silva takes immediate action after witnessing these disturbing moments firsthand. He confronts Stevens for his disrespectful conduct towards employees and ultimately shuts down the struggling branch on the spot, an extraordinary measure taken for necessary change. While it's commendable that Silva takes steps to rectify the issues exposed during his undercover experience, it's concerning that such problems existed in the first place. The episode serves as a reminder that even successful companies can have significant management challenges, and it highlights the importance of addressing those issues for both employee well-being and overall company success.
I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know back here. Okay. Okay? Okay. Because when it comes to this, there ain't a damn thing that I do not know how to do in these four walls, okay? Okay. Okay, but you gotta do exactly as I say. I wanna learn.
In an episode of Undercover Boss, the CEO of Buffalo Wings and Rings, Nader Mazda, decided to investigate what was happening in his franchise locations. While he found heartwarming stories of dedicated employees and personal growth, there was one person who stood out as the worst employee during Mazda's undercover mission. This employee, named Wes, was the kitchen manager of a Buffalo Wings and Rings restaurant at Bardstown, Kentucky. As soon as Mazda disguised himself, he noticed Wes' domineering attitude. Wes had no idea that the person he was dealing with was actually the CEO, and he was about to face the consequences of his bullying behavior. In the kitchen, Wes proudly boasted about ruling with an iron fist and believed that fear was a form of respect. Mazda was shocked and couldn't believe the toxic environment that Wes had created. Wes even had a derogatory nickname for Mazda, calling him Charmin to mock his perceived weakness.
And if they do, there's consequences. Hit them where it hurts, their pocket.
It's upsetting to me when I hear Wes speak.
I'm not around.
It's a classic definition of a bully.
After observing Wes's inappropriate behavior and hearing his offensive comments, Mazda's desire to confront the situation grew stronger. Mazda recognized the importance of taking action in order to create a safe and respectful environment for everyone involved. If Wes's behavior were left unchanged, it would have devastating consequences for the company's reputation.
Every time you drop an order and you're done, do what you could never do on prom night. Tap it twice. Well, you've probably been a guy that's been walked on a time or two in his life.
In a powerful meeting at Paul Brown Stadium, Mazda confronted Wes about his bullying tactics. He made it clear that he would not tolerate such behavior in his company and demanded that the franchise owner take immediate action and fire Wes. Mazda wanted to make it clear that bullying and abuse would not be allowed in his company.
I'm not going to allow anybody to be bullied or be uncomfortable like I was. That is not the culture we're trying to set.
Although Wes represented the worst of buffalo wings and rings, the episode also showed the power of transformation and redemption. Mazda, no longer undercover, addressed other instances of mistreatment within his franchise locations. For example, in Chicago, he discovered that employees did not understand when doctors provided excuses for absences, showing a lack of compassion and empathy. Mazda was determined to fix these issues and decided to establish a scholarship fund for employee education. He started by awarding a scholarship to a deserving worker named Amber. In addition to the scholarship, he surprised Amber with a new car to replace her old high-mileage vehicle. Mazda's journey as an undercover boss also brought positive changes to the lives of dedicated employees. He was impressed by Dave, a dishwasher and marketing ambassador in his Cincinnati store, who worked hard and showed commitment. Mazda rewarded Dave by offering him more hours, cook training, and a $20,000 retirement account. Mazda's genuine appreciation for Dave's efforts demonstrated the positive impact of recognizing and valuing employees.
I've never met somebody I didn't like.
I feel official now.
I don't even know this guy that I'm going to be training, and I already like him as a friend. He's already part of the family.
Through Mazda's inspiring journey on Undercover Boss, the importance of creating a supportive work environment and fostering respect was highlighted. By exposing the worst employee and taking swift action, Mazda showed his dedication to nurturing a workplace where everyone feels valued and protected.
Get your resume out there.
I'll be sure to go to the guy, give you my resume, who just fired me, to help me get a new job.
On this particular episode of Undercover Boss, featuring Bikini Sports Bar and Grill CEO Doug Guller, things took a controversial turn when he fired a bartender for refusing to wear a bikini on television. This incident left many viewers shocked and disturbed by Guller's actions. During the show, Guller had a conversation with Jessica about her decision not to wear a bikini while being filmed. Although she followed the dress code during regular work days, she felt uncomfortable wearing it on national TV where her grandma could see it. Guller expressed his disappointment in front of an audience who shared similar sentiments.
I was a little disappointed by how slow it was today.
We need a billboard or something outside.
I've had experiences here at Bikinis Arlington where it's packed. So to experience what I did today, it's frustrating.
While there were other concerns raised during the episode, like over-serving customers and Jessica expressing ambitions beyond the restaurant industry, Guller made it clear that his main reason for firing her was her refusal to adhere to the brand image by remaining fully clothed on TV. Now, here comes something even more shocking. As though firing someone wasn't enough drama for one day, Guller decided to incentivize another waitress named Grace by offering her free breast augmentation if she proved herself as a rock star employee over the next 6 months. This gesture only added fuel to the fire and intensified criticism towards Bikini Sports Bar and Grill.
Is that what you want?
I want a full C.
I'll make you a deal. If you can make it through 6 months and you're a rock star,
Right.
I'm going to put you in touch with the best guy in town and we'll make this happen.
I'm so at a loss for words right now.
Unsurprisingly, social media platforms like Twitter exploded with outrage following this episode. People voiced their disapproval of both Guller's decisions and Bikini's treatments of its employees. Even Yelp reviews showed discontentment from customers who questioned why they should support such establishments lacking respect for women. Despite the backlash, Guller appeared unfazed and unapologetic for his actions. This incident stirred controversy and raised concerns about workplace ethics and objectification. On Undercover Boss, there have always been employees who won the hearts of their bosses, while others have been considered the worst employees. You won't want to miss out on our other video, Undercover Boss Employees Who Got Fired. Click here to watch.